Hello and welcome to a tutorial on InDesign. In this tutorial we will be looking at how to open a new document and setting up the bleed and the slug. So go ahead and open up InDesign. I already have it opened up because it takes too long to open. And initially when you open it up, you have this little window that pops up. So what you want to do is you want to select document and this window pops up. So now you need to make sure the intent it's on print, because ultimately you are going to end up printing these pages. The number of pages you want to put on 2, because when you open up a book, you have one page on one side and one page on the other side. So those 2 pages facing each other are called a spread. So you need a spread of 2 pages. And make sure this is marked so we know they're facing each other. Also, you need to set up the bleed and the slug. If you don't have that option on there, you need to go to more options right here. And I will explain what these are when I open up the document. So let me just put some numbers in. And there should be 5 centimeters. Alright, you can leave the page size on A4. Ultimately your yearbook spread is going to be a little larger, but you're going to get a template for it anyway, so it really doesn't matter at the moment. So press OK. So now as you see, you have only one page, even though you selected 2. So what you need to do is you need to go up here to pages, click on that, and it gives you some weird options. So you can see you're on page number 1, you're on this page right here. But what you want to do is you want to see both the pages. So you click anywhere in this little box. You click on that, and voila, here are your 2 pages. The size, let's put the size down so you can see the pages. There. So now you notice that there are some weird colorful lines. So these, the pink and the purple line, those are the margins. Ultimately, all of your elements, including the title, portrait pictures, shapes, text, they should be within these margins. And that's because they may sometimes get cut off if they're not within the margins. The black line shows the edge of the paper, so this is basically your spread, everything that's within the black line. The red line is called the bleed. It's easy to remember because when you bleed, it's red. So the bleed is where a document extends over the trim edge of the paper. The point of the bleed is sometimes when things get printed, the printer can move a little bit, so you end up with a white line here or here because your background is colorful. So what you need to do is when you have a background, you drag it all the way to the bleed and not just the trim edge. Also, this blue line, that's called the slug. The slug is basically, you can put things on here like the font guidelines or the size of the portrait picture, but it's not going to get printed. You're just going to have stuff on here. So that's ultimately your spread. Yeah, thank you for listening.